The riders are gearing up for the formation lap. That's a 1 minute board on the grid. There is a small change on the grid from the last time. Kishore VS starts from the last. That's the start of the formation lap. This is the third race for the RR 310, and the last two races have been dominated by Abhishek Vasudev. And on P2 is Aditya Rao from Bangalore, and on P3 is Anand R from Chennai, and P4 is Anup Kumar, and on P5 is Karthik Mateti, on P6 is Vishwadev, and on 7th position is Raj Kumar, and on 8th position is Vishak Shoban, and on 9th place it's Arun Muthukrishnan, and 10th place is Mekha Viduraj from Vijayawada, and then on the 11th place it's Lokesh, and last on the grid is Kishore VS. Kishore has been moved to last on the grid due to a penalty imposed by the race direction. The riders are on the formation lap. It would be interesting to see if Abhishek is going to defend his position. Abhishek had a significant lead in both the races that he won, the race 1 and race 2, and currently leading the championship. You're watching the TVS One Make Championship 2020 RR 310 for the open category. This will be a very close fight. All riders are podium finishers in one or the other national championship races in the past. They've all been riding for a very long time out here in the national championship. And this is the open category. The riders now coming onto the start line to stand in their respective grid position. Riders now lining up at the start line. That's the marshal indicating the readiness of the grid. And now there would be a 5-second board at the starters board. Yes, the 5-second board is out. The lights are on. And the race is on. That's a brilliant start by Abhishek Vasudev, who is now leading as the bunch moves towards turn 1. And on second position is Anand R, who had a brilliant start as well. The riders are now moving towards turn 2, and it's Abhishek Vasudev leading with Anand R on the second position. Abhishek by turn 3 has already taken a good lead and is moving ahead. He has a significant lead there, and followed by Anand R in the second position. And on third position is bike number 4, Anand on second position. The riders have moved to turn 4 to sector 2. That's Abhishek taking a good lead right in the first lap. The top 3 riders have run apart from the bunch. The riders are now coming onto the back straight. It's Abhishek leading, followed by Anand, and on third place it's Aditya Rao on bike number 6. The riders are now moving towards fast left-hander, coming into the final sector of lap 1. This is a 6-lap race. That's Abhishek Vasudev, Anand, and Aditya Rao for the top 3 position. And this the following bunch there. Kishore VS has moved 4 places starting from last at the end of lap 1. This is lap 1 coming to an end, and the leader coming onto the home straight. That's Abhishek Vasudev on the lead, followed by Anand, and on third place is Aditya Rao Ibaneni, and on fourth place is Vishwadev Muralidhar, and fifth place is Karthik Mateti. There's a close battle happening in the second bunch. The second bunch is pretty difficult to find the riders there, and on our screen is the leading bunch led by Abhishek Vasudev, followed by Anand R, and on third position is Aditya Rao, and on fourth position is Vishwadev and Karthik Mateti fighting there for the fourth position, led by Vishwadev at turn 4, followed by Karthik Mateti. That's the second group of riders, and the third bunch is fought by Mekha Viduraj, Kishore VS, Anupam Kumar, and Rajkumar there, who are not on your screen. Karthik Mateti makes a move from the inside on Vishwadev Muralidhar to take the fourth position. Karthik now on fourth position, followed by Vishwadev on fifth. That's the battle for the sixth place, third bunch. No change on the leaders there. Abhishek leading the race, followed by Anand R and Aditya Rao. Abhishek is not too far away from Anand. He's just 0.5 seconds leading. Karthik Mateti moving away from Vishwadev, trying to catch up the front bunch. On screen is the fight for the sixth position there. But that was on high side. A rider crashed there. Rider number three, Rajkumar there. The riders are coming on to finishing the third lap. As the leaders come on to the start finish is Abhishek Vasudev leading the race, followed by Anand R and Aditya Rao on the third position. On fourth is Karthik Mateti, on fifth place is Vishwadev, and on sixth place is Anup Kumar. The riders are on the fourth lap. That's Rajkumar there. He will not be able to, the bike is damaged, he will not be able to join the race. We are on the fourth lap. That's Abhishek Vasudev leading the bunch. Abhishek is 1.6 seconds on lead from his nearest rival Anand R, followed by Aditya Rao. The top three riders are separated by 1.5 seconds. The fight here is for the fifth and the sixth place, and on fourth place is Karthik Mateti, and on the fifth place it's Vishwadev Muralidhar. There's a 6th lap race, and we are on the 4th lap. The bikes used for this race are the Apache RR 310. Race leaders on our screen. We are on the 4th lap of the race as the leaders come to the finish of sector 2 and enter the third sector. The leaders now coming onto the last corner. Finish the 4th lap. That's a close battle there between competition number 6 and competition number 10. The leaders have now completed lap number 4, and it's still Abhishek leading, followed by Anand R, and on third place is Karthik Mateti. Karthik Mateti has come into third place, and Aditya is moved to 4th place. Aditya and Karthik Mateti are having a close fight. They're just 0.2 seconds separated. That's race leader Abhishek Vasudev on our screen with close to 3 seconds lead from his nearest rival Anand R. And on third place is Karthik Mateti there, and he is moving away from Aditya Rao. Aditya Rao on bike number 6 from Bangalore. That was a good ride by Karthik Mateti. He had a tough competition with Vishwadev Muralidhar for the 5th place, then moved on to 4th, and then in the previous lap overtook Aditya Rao at the last corner and now is moved on to the 3rd place. And Abhishek continues to increase his lead. Karthik increasing his pace, and with the remaining laps, looks like he will have aim for the 2nd place. He will have a fight with Anandar. He is having a good pace currently. That's Abhishek Vasudev on your screen, leading the race, moving at the fast left-hander, completing the 2nd sector and moving into the 3rd sector. Do we see a change here? No, it's still Anand on 2nd place and Karthik closing in on to Anand. Yes, Karthik is closing in on to Anand. He is right on the tail of Anand at the bridge. Right-hander as they climb onto the bridge. Abhishek still continues to lead the race as he enters into the penultimate lap. Abhishek Vasudev leading there by 3 seconds, followed by Anand R and Karthik Matiti. Karthik has come in very close to Anand at turn 1. Well, Karthik may make a move before turn 2 to overtake Anand. Karthik trying very hard but could not. We wait for the turn 3, or maybe he would try and make a move at the back straight before turn 4. That's Abhishek Vasudev on your screen. Oh, what happened? Looked like it's Karthik Mateti's bike which is slowed down there. Not sure. We will have to wait for the update. This is the penultimate lap. Abhishek leading the race, followed by Anand R. Where is Karthik Mateti? On your screen is Aditya Rao leading the bunch there on bike number 6. And is it Aditya and Karthik fighting there for the position? No, that's Aditya there on your screen. It looks like it was Karthik Mateti who went out, and now the fight here between bike number 1 and 2. That's Anup and Vishwadev Muralidhar. The riders now entering into the last lap as they come onto the last corner. That's Abhishek Vasudev crossing the start line to enter into the last lap, followed by Anand R, and on 3rd place is Aditya Rao Himaneni, and on 4th place is Anupam Kumar, and on 5th place is Vishwadev Muralidhar, and Kishore on 6th place. This is the final lap of the race. Karthik Mateti has dropped out of the previous lap. The race leader now is Abhishek Vasudev there with a comfortable lead of 4 seconds, followed by Anandar, and on 3rd place is Aditya Rao. There don't seem to be any fight for the top 3 position. If they do no mistake, the race would finish in this order for the podium finishers. And on the other side of the race, it's the fight between Anup Kumar, Vishwadev Muralidhar for the 4th and 5th place. And with the gap of another 2 seconds is Kishore VS there. Kishore started 12th and has moved on to 6th position. That's race leader Abhishek Vasudev from Bangalore on our screen, coming onto the back straight. This is the last lap of the race. The fast right-hander, that's Anand R, followed by Aditya Rao on 3rd place. As mentioned earlier, if the riders don't do any mistakes, they all 3 would finish on the podium in the respective order as they're riding. That's Abhishek Vasudev on P1, riding, started from the pole position, has held on to his position and has only increased his lead lap after lap. That's the last lap. Abhishek Vasudev entering into the last corner. And that's a hat-trick. That's a hat-trick victory for Abhishek Vasudev this weekend, followed by Anand R, and on third place as Aditya Rao Imaneni from Bangalore. That's the first podium for Aditya this weekend. On fourth position is Anup, and on fifth position is Vishwadev, and on sixth position finishing is Kishore. On fifth position it's Kishore finishing, and on sixth is Vishwadev Muralidhar. Kishore moved on from starting last from the grid and is moved on to fifth place. As we remember, in the previous race, Kishore was fighting for the third position, and there was an incident for which he was penalized and moved to the last of the grid. And on the screen we see Karthik Mateti walking there. He had an unfortunate incident and to move out of the track during the fourth lap of the race while he was fighting for the third place. The final finishing order for the race 3 of RR 310, Abhishek Vasudev with his hat-trick victory and leading the championship, followed by Anand R in second place and Aditya Rao on third place. This would be the first podium for Aditya over the weekend. We have one more race for this category tomorrow. While the leaders are coming on to the park for me, a quick update on the next race. The next race would be the Idemitsu Honda Talent Cup 2020 Open category. The next race would be the Idemitsu Honda Talent Cup 2020 Open category. These are riders in the age group of 16 to 18 riding the NSF 250 motorcycles. While we wait for the riders to come onto the park for me here. Can't wait to see the emotions on the race winner Abhishek Vasudev, who's had a hat-trick session here. He had no fight for this race right from the beginning. Has moved from P1 comfortably and only extended his lead and won the race. Followed by Anand R, and on third place is Aditya Rao from Bangalore. That's Anand R coming into the pits, who finished second in this race. Anand has also finished all three races on the podium. That's Abhishek Vasudev on our screen, bike number 7, finishing an hat-trick. On third place is Aditya Rao Imaneni. Over to my colleague Palni at the Park Farme to talk to the riders.
Adi, come here. Well, the race was great. Fortunately, nobody overtook me from the start till the end. I was expecting, as usual, especially Anand to come and take me on the start because he's light and he's quite good on the start, and that's what I anticipated. But nobody came in, so well, I said, okay, fine, let's push as much as I can for the first lap. and I gained a lead, and well, then I just stayed consistent on the same lap time, built a rhythm, and I just finished the race. It's been a good Saturday for us. Both race we finish on top, and that's a good 75 points to carry to the Sunday, that is tomorrow, for the fourth race of the weekend, and hope to continue the same results. Thanks.
The race was beautiful. So when we started, I was third. Anand was second and Abhi was first as usual. He was flying. Then as the race went on, Karthik caught up to me. He overtook me. He almost overtook Anand also. But then he had a mechanical failure at turn 3. So then I got the third position back. I kept pushing, tried to stay with the leaders, tried to maintain that gap. So it's the first podium in my expert career. So it's a nice feeling. And to be on the podium with my friend Abhishek Vasudev, it's amazing. Thank you. Cheers.
நல்லா ஸ்டார்ட் பட் கொஞ்சம் இது பண்ணிட்டேன். பட் பரவாயில்ல, நல்லா பண்ணுவேன். அபிஷேக்கை டெயில் பண்ணால் போதுன்னு பார்த்தேன். பட் அவங்க ரொம்ப ஃபாஸ்ட்டாக இருந்தால புஷ் பண்ண முடியல. ஸோ ஓகே, ஒரு பொடியம் இருந்தால் போதும்னு சொல்லிட்டு அப்படியே ஸ்டே பண்ணிட்டேன். பட் குட் ரேஸ், நல்லா ஃபைட் பண்ணேன்.